name's Harold, and the other day when I made the double header video, I put in one day doing 2 projects, the next day I did another one, so I could really have uploaded a triple header, except that it was just too long, you know. So I had enough video after I cut a whole lot of stuff out. I still had enough video for one showing work on my drill press, so I'm going to tack it on the end of this, and you can see the neat modifications I made to my drill press, so that instead of being that old stodgy stay in one place drill press, it's now mobile. And something I wanted to do for a long time. I've planned on doing that for, I guess, nearly a year, and I finally, I don't know, the other day I got in the mood to work, and there I went like a crazy person working all over the place. And that's, you know, got 3 projects done. I've got lights added in here, added 3 more lights in here, which sure helped a whole lot. And got one of the old ones working that was not working. And this little guy right here is going to get an improvement. I've ordered a DRO kit for this mill drill here, and of course I'm already planning where I'll put this and that and the other even before it gets here. And I've decided that the scale is going to have to go on the front, because I watched another guy with a video that did one the other day. I say he did it the other day, it was probably a year or 2 ago, that he's got one just like this except it's white, so undoubtedly some other company than Grizzly sold it to him. But he put the X scale in behind the table there and wiped out a bunch of travel. I mean, this thing's only got 7 inches of travel back and forth as it is, and that scale probably would kill 1.5 inches of it if you put it on the back. So I'm going to make every attempt to put it on the front, and I'm not going to worry about this limit switch. If it has to go, it just has to go, you know. But I really think that'll be it. Of course, I'm making a lot of talk, and the thing hadn't even shipped yet. At least as far as I know, it hasn't. And it'll be on the way. I don't know how long it'll take to get here, and how long it'll take to install it, because we're closing in on the end of the month. And if it comes at the exact end of the month, I'm pretty sure I'll have exactly enough time to install it. If it comes somewhere in the first week or so of March, well, I got to go in and get cataract surgery then, so I may have to postpone things a couple of weeks. There was a couple of things I was thinking about. Number one is, I complained the other day that I've got stuff like this, but I don't have enough work to do, you know, with it to entertain myself. So I got to thinking, how about I make a proposal to both of you viewers out there. If you got something that you want machined, now I'm not talking about a one-of-a-kind thing, it can't be replaced, or a super expensive antique, but some kind of a project that you want done that requires maybe a mill or turning on a lathe or both, you know, stuff like that. If you don't want the project done, and you can provide me with, you know, drawings that I can understand, and you provide me with raw materials to do it with, I can do it for, you know, no charge at all. You get like free machine work. A lot of people say free is worth what you pay for it, but hopefully we can make it worth more than that. So my email address is usually right down at the bottom of the screen when I start this stuff, and I'm going to put it down there again today. And you can send me an email if you're interested in the proposition. All that'll cost you is shipping and the materials, and I'll do the work and make a video, and that's that. And talking about videos, you guys need to give me some feedback on what I need to do to make things right here and make things interesting or better or whatever. Do I fast forward too much stuff, or not enough stuff, or do I show too much detail, or are the projects just totally boring, or I'm just totally boring? A little feedback would help me a whole lot. So, okay, well, I got to cast a big pile of 38 special bullets today, and that's not going to be on a video. So I'll wrap this up and get out there and start making bullets. Well, since we're being incredibly ambitious, There's the wheels on that thing right there. They used to use that to move my pinball machines before I sold them on, turned them into a little milling machine. Or no, I think I sold them and turned them into something else. Anyway, I want wheels on that drill press. So what I was thinking of at first was to take them off of there and put them on the drill press. You know, I'd have to run a piece of angle iron across the top of the drill press and pick it up a little bit. Then I thought, well, what about if I just set the drill press up on top of that thing? I don't know. I don't know if that'll work or not, but I'm going to get over there and try and pick it up and see if I can. There's some guy here. He can pick it up and we'll look at it and see if it looks like it'll work. And if it doesn't look like it'll work, well, we'll just put it all back like it was and go on the idea of putting some braces on the drill press to put everything on. Gotta crank this little guy up. Get some water. That's all probably latch on to there. And what's going right up about the motor. So I don't have to lift this up some more. Oh, it goes pretty tall. But if I can hook on here pretty close to the side of it, pick it up, that would be okay too. Whoa. So I got me some rigging to do. I'll do that and then come back. Alright, now I got it to come up off the ground so we can move it around. That was smart. Forgot to unplug it. Impossible job already, huh? Well, burn it all. There's got to be more than one way to do this. Not sure what it is right this second, but I'm guessing that what I need to do is move it over here where I can get a chain horse on it and kind of lift it up like that. Put it right here. Oh, I think it's time to eat. Having looked that over, I think it would be way too high if it were sitting up there on top of that thing, so I think I'll follow my original plan. I had started to use this angle iron. What I plan to do is take this angle iron across here. Put the wheels on the bottom side of it, and that should make the bottom of it almost as close to the ground as it is now. I'll pop one of the wheels off and find out. No use you watching me unscrew a wheel. Yeah, I think that people that grew up speaking the Queen's English properly would call that a temporary lash up. But that sort of gives you some idea of what it would look like with the wheels on there using that piece of channel iron. The back of it will be a little bit modified from that. Those are the wheels that steer are going to be on the back, and the wheels that go straight will be on the front, just because there won't be so much channel iron up there sticking over to get in my way as there will be in the back. So I believe that's pretty much how it's going to be. We can take a little walk around it here and just look it over some, but I think that's where we want to go, just right there. That'll make it stand about an inch taller off the floor than it already does normally, and I think I can handle that. I can deal with it. So now I need to actually move the thing back over where I can plug it in and start to drill holes in that channel iron for the bolts to hold it on to the drill press, and bolts to hold the wheels on it. That should take me a little bit. Out of curiosity all the time how long it takes to cut this thing. For you guys it'll be starting cutting and finishing cutting like it's magic, and happen in 2 or 3 seconds. My clock says it's about 6:33, which is on daylight savings time still, but it's alright. And we'll crank her up here and see just how long it takes this little bugger to cut through it. There you go, it's cutting right on. I think it may go pretty fast because it's already sinking in there. Okay. By my count, it's been about 10 minutes since I started that cut, and it's right about clang. There it went. That's not too bad for a Harbor Freight tool, if I say so myself. A whole lot better than a hacksaw. Alright, got to set it up now and mark off the holes to drill. Okay, I got all the holes drilled, and I decided, instead of worrying about putting the bolt through the holes and worrying about that web under there, making them screw in crooked, I just threaded all the holes. And this one right here, this is for the front, this is for one of the sides, and this is for the other side. And I don't have the bolts. I thought I did, but that means tomorrow I'll go and down the Redneck Supply and then get some bolts and bolt that on there and be finished with it. Too bad. Well, I need to clean up this side of the garage. This is the better half of the garage, and get her car parked. And so I'm going to call it a day and come back tomorrow and finish this. Got back from Redneck Supply and got the bolts to put in here. Alright, time to put the wheels on it. At least I think so. here we go. Jack her up and get the stuff out. Here we go. Looks like a champ. Like this. Quite where I want it. There we go. Gotta move these jack stands. There we go. Now we're taking up about half the room we did before. I think that'll work. I'm going to do one more thing. Now, we're going to do it on one more show and tell. Excuse the camera while I move it, 'cause it's not going to be steady. That little guy right there, that was the compressor out of a deep freeze. And I stored it while I worked overseas. And I came back and the deep freeze was all rusted with holes in it, but the compressor was still basically new. So I took it out of there, welded on a fitting, and now it's a vacuum pump. You want to change out the air conditioner compressor on your car, change it out, hook this guy up, pull a vacuum on it. Works good. Didn't cost me nothing but just the price of the fitting on the end there. I'd say that's a good use for an old refrigerator compressor or deep freeze. Alright, I got to clean up now. Work's progressing on.